Okay, the final example today is, once again, we're dealing with similar triangles here. And I believe the last time we did this problem, we did proportions. The time before that, we did scale factor. Is there a general consensus in class? Which one do we prefer?
Scale factor.
You like scale factor more? How about, most of you like scale factor more? Anybody, nobody else has a preference? Let's just scale factor. That's from what people voted on. All right, so what I have here is that this angle equals this angle, that angle equals that angle. So I have angle, angle, and that leads me, of course, to angle, 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 right? So this angle up here and this angle down here have to be equal to each other because of the fact there's 180 degrees in a triangle. These two angles add up to some number. These two have to add up to the same number, leaving the same amount of degrees left over for the third angles. So they have to be equal to each other. I'm going to use a red pen for this angle, just to use some different colors. So, I know that 4 and 6 correspond to one another. I know that opposite the blue angle x and opposite the blue angle 5 are corresponding to each other. And opposite the black angle 7, opposite the black angle y correspond to one another. Okay? If I'm going to do scale factor, I've got to go from a triangle to a triangle. So I have to have a starting and an ending triangle. So I'm going to start with this triangle. I'm going to end with this triangle. I could go the other way also, it doesn't matter. Alright? I like to start with the one where I know all the numbers though. So if I have one where I know all the numbers, it's better to start with that one, in my opinion. It makes for an easier equation. Alright? And then I want to pick the two sides where I know both of them. So I know 4 and 6 correspond to each other and I know both numbers. That's helpful to find a scale factor. I can't find a scale factor with 5 and x or 7 and y. I can't do it. Don't have enough information. So, the way it works is you take your starting number times your scale factor equals your ending number. So 4 times some scale factor that we don't know yet is equal to our ending number 6. Divide both sides by 4, reduce the fraction, our scale factor ends up being 3/2. Once I know what the scale factor is, that just tells me the number I need to multiply by each of these to make each of these. Alright, so looking at the blue ones, 5 to x, I know that 5 times my scale factor is equal to x. So again, once you know what the scale factor is, that's just what you're going to multiply 5 by to get x. 5, start number 5 times scale factor, we just found out, equals end number x. So 15 over 2 is equal to x. Similarly, with the black ones, start number 7 times the scale factor 3/2 is equal to n number y. So 21 over 2 equals y. Alright, so if you're going to use scale factor, that's how it will work every single time. Now let me just say one thing that might happen down the road if you're going to use scale factor to do these problems. Suppose this says 4, 7x and 7.56y. So you know there's an x here and a y here, and then you're using scale factor. So let's just say this x was a 7.5 instead of an x. And this 5 was an x instead of a 5. Alright? We still have a scale factor, right? So notice, start number x times scale factor 3/2 equals n number 7.5. You still create the equation the same way, but now to get the answer, x times 3/2 are going to multiply by 2/3, the reciprocal. That gets me x equals 7.5 divided by 3 is 2.5 times 2 is 5. Okay, so even if you have letters on both, you can still do scale factor. Just know that you're going to have to create an algebraic equation and solve using reciprocation to do it. That's the one thing that might make scale factor a little bit more challenging than the proportion way, but take your pick. They both work every single time. If you have the proportion method you like, use it. Scale factor you like, use it. Get good at one or both, and use the one you like the best.